Not everyone understands the force behind a single split. Not everyone dares to face the roar of steel and the weight of giant timber. But you're about to see it all. Welcome to where the action begins, where wood is torn in the blink of an eye. Welcome to the world of Wood Channel. Posh Spaltfix K for 40. A firewood processor working under the sun, where steel meets light and power. Outdoors, beneath the warm morning sun, the Posh Spaltfix K for 40 stands at the center of a log yard, glowing in its signature green-orange colors. Around it, freshly cut logs line up in order, waiting. The machine stands firm, a mobile powerhouse designed to handle tons of timber each day. As the operator activates the system, the first log glides into the feed chute. The long chainsaw blade hums, a short screech, then slices clean through the wood with sharp, deliberate precision. The timber splits effortlessly, as if torn apart by a heated steel ribbon, the blade running smooth and steady. Instantly, the cut log shifts into the integrated splitting chamber. A rotating star-shaped wedge spins into action, dividing the log into equal parts like a steel wool slicing pie. The firewood drops cleanly into place, dust rising gently in the golden light. The iron and oak log splitter, 37-ton, equipped with a powerful Honda GX 270 engine, stands proudly in the middle of the yard, brand new and gleaming under the sunlight. Its fresh paint and mechanical scent still linger in the air. A man stands beside it, operating the machine with care and rhythm, each movement aligned with the steady, reliable pace of this solid piece of machinery. He gently maneuvers the control lever, positioning each log precisely for the blade to do its work. The machine can be used both horizontally and vertically. Horizontal mode for heavier, hard-to-lift logs, and vertical mode for massive upright logs that don't need to be raised. This adaptability allows it to handle a wide range of log sizes and weights with ease. Delivering a crushing force of 37 tons, the iron and oak doesn't just split wood, it cleaves through the grain with authority and precision, making it a powerhouse for firewood preparation and serious wood processing tasks. Growy, the horizontal blade that splits the forest. That unmistakable sound rises, a grinding hydraulic hum, as the Growy horizontal wood splitter prepares to face another log. The tension is tangible. A thick log is placed with care onto the splitting deck. The operator, focused and steady, aligns it perfectly. Then, the hydraulic ram kicks into motion, pushing the log forward, slowly but irresistibly, toward the waiting steel blade. Suddenly, crack! The sharpened horizontal wedge cuts through the log, splitting it cleanly in two with raw, mechanical force. The pieces fall to either side, severed and silent. Before the machine can rest, the next log is already in position. The rhythm continues. Place, push, split, repeat. One after another, the heavy logs are fed into the Growy, each one torn open with the same brutal precision. There's no hesitation, no pause, just the sound of metal pushing through timber and the quiet coordination between human and machine, turning stubborn wood into clean firewood, one powerful stroke at a time. Split X450, 5T Yanmar, fiery red power with a sharp hydraulic arm. The Split X450, painted in striking red, stands like a warrior amidst the woodpile. Its powerful, agile hydraulic arm is equipped with a razor-sharp splitting blade, ready to deliver precise, decisive cuts. The operator smoothly maneuvers the arm, placing each log on a sturdy platform. The splitter blade swiftly descends, pressing forcefully into the rough trunk, the sound of cracking wood echoing through the air. Running quietly yet powerfully, the 5-ton hydraulic system combines strength and precision, transforming large, tough logs into neatly squared firewood pieces, ready for any use. The Multitech 2040 XP2 wood processor, one of the most advanced firewood machines available, is in full operation at the timber yard, delivering outstanding performance. Designed to handle logs with a diameter of 16 to 20 inches, this industrial giant features a powerful saw system paired with a 12-way wedge splitter, capable of reducing a single log into a dozen uniform firewood pieces in mere seconds. Logs are preloaded on the in-feed deck, resting in neat rows, ready for processing. One by one, each log is hydraulically advanced into cutting position. When aligned, the large circular saw drops with a decisive strike. A crisp, slicing sound rings out as the steel blade drives through the dense core of the wood. The freshly cut log section drops onto the chute below. Without hesitation, a hydraulic pusher moves in, sending the chunk directly into the splitter assembly. With immense force, the log is driven into the 12-way wedge, a radial array of sharpened steel blades that instantly cleaves the wood into multiple even pieces. The entire sequence, cut, drop, push, split, unfolds in a matter of seconds, repeated over and over in a fully automated cycle. The Multitech 2040 XP2 isn't just a machine, it's a compact, high-efficiency wood processing line, where mechanical force, precision engineering, and speed come together in seamless synchronization. Its engine hums to life, exhaling thick white plumes that mix with the morning fog. A log of frozen pine, dense and cold as stone, rests in position under the steel wedge. The operator, bundled against the cold, reaches for the control lever. Boom! The first strike of the hardened wedge. The frozen grain of the wood resists for a moment, then splits with a sharp crack, like ice breaking on a frozen lake. Two halves fall into the snow, sending a mist of white powder and wood chips into the air. The machine doesn't rest. One log after another is fed in. The hydraulic arm drives downward, again and again. Crack, crack, crack. A relentless rhythm, the heartbeat of a machine born to conquer timber in the harshest of seasons. No music plays here. Only the sound of diesel, the grind of metal, and the snapping of frozen wood echoing through the skeletal forest. In this brutal cold, the SMF-9T is a symbol of power, endurance, and precision, unshaken, unyielding. The Kegel device, shaped like a conical spiral auger, is securely mounted onto the arm of a mini excavator. Before drilling begins, the operator positions the auger precisely at the desired drilling location, typically on clay soil or compacted fill ground. The mini excavator activates the Kegel auger, causing it to rotate steadily while applying downward pressure using the weight of the excavator's arm. Thanks to its spiral design and conical shape, the auger gradually drills into the soil, forming a round, cone-shaped hole that widens toward the surface. The hole is formed quickly due to the high rotational speed and the auger's efficient soil penetration capability. In many cases, the completed hole is later used for driving piles, installing concrete posts, or placing underground piping. This method is more cost-effective than traditional pile driving techniques. The compact size of the mini excavator allows it to operate in confined spaces, such as urban construction sites or residential areas. It also offers high maneuverability, fast operation, and minimal disturbance to the surrounding ground surface. Eco-wood splitter, conqueror of difficult logs with a minimum of 25 tons of splitting force. In front of it lies stubborn logs, twisted, knotty, and tough, the kind that defeat ordinary splitters. But the Eco-wood splitter doesn't back down. With at least 25 tons of hydraulic force, it delivers each split like a steel hammer from above. A rugged log is placed onto the bed. The hydraulic cylinder descends, slow but unstoppable. When the blade touches wood, crack. The log tears apart as if struck by iron fists. Tough fibers and tangled knots break cleanly into even chunks. No need for noise or speed, just raw, consistent power. The Eco-splitter doesn't just work fast, it tackles what others can't. The brute force 14 to 24 wood cutting and splitting machine roars incessantly, blending with the heavy breaths of its operator. Large, rugged logs with thick, cracked bark that seem impossible to conquer are fed one by one into the machine's core. Each sharp cut, like a steel blade, strikes without hesitation, combined with powerful pushes that relentlessly tear through the toughest wood fibers. Occasionally, the machine jams, an alert horn blares, and the worker swiftly intervenes, making adjustments before the machine resumes its relentless assault on stubborn logs. Each log splits and crashes down with a heavy thud, composing a fierce symphony of power and precision, a testament to unyielding endurance and unstoppable force. Homemade firewood processor, dust-covered, worn down, but splitting wood with the confidence of a machine built to endure. It's not shiny, There's no polished steel or glossy paint, just a rugged, homemade splitter standing quietly at the job site, caked in sawdust, with chips and the marks of countless working hours. Its frame is scratched, its rollers rusted, but the sliding table still runs smooth, like the heartbeat of an old, seasoned craftsman. Pre-cut logs are placed on the tray. The feed mechanism kicks in clack, and the log glides forward toward the splitting blade. No theatrics, just one decisive stroke, and the log bursts cleanly into evenly sized chunks. The sound is solid, no nonsense, a clear message. I still work. And I work well. It's not pretty, but it's effective. Not new, but reliable. This machine carries the time, sweat, and ingenuity of its maker. A true symbol of labor, creativity, and enduring toughness. A compact machine, carrying the strength of an entire forest. On screen, the 15-ton hydraulic wood splitter and chipper begins its work, quiet, deliberate, and unshakably powerful. Each hardwood log is gripped tightly by the steel claws. Then, with just a smooth stroke, the hydraulic wedge applies up to 15 tons of pressure. The log cracks open, split into halves, then quarters, with surgical precision. Each chunk drops neatly to the ground, ready for use. But the job doesn't stop there. Next, the chipper unit, reback, activates. Larger wood pieces are pulled into the spinning drum, where razor-sharp blades reduce them into chips or sawdust, perfect for fuel, compost, or pellet production. Every motion is clean, efficient. One operator is all it takes, yet the machine replaces the effort of an entire crew. Small in size, but mighty in impact. A true ally for forestry work, farm operations, or anyone seeking smart, efficient wood processing. From raw timber to ready material, the transformation happens in minutes. This is more than a splitter, it's a compact production line, a symbol of modern labor. In the middle of a wide-open log yard, the Easton-made 48C wood splitter stands firm, fixed in place like a central processing station. Though immobile, inside this rugged frame lies a powerful hydraulic system running at full industrial strength. Seated in a compact operator station, a man calmly oversees the entire process with just a few lever pulls and button presses. One by one, large logs are advanced into the cutting section. The high-powered saw blade drops with lightning speed, slicing each log into segments. Immediately, the wood chunks are forced into a multi-way splitting wedge, where immense pressure splits them cleanly into uniform firewood pieces within seconds. But the system doesn't stop there. An automated outfeed conveyor lifts the finished wood pieces and transports them to the rear of the machine, stacking them steadily into a growing mountain of firewood. Log after log, the pile rises, a visible measure of the machine's relentless pace and productivity. The Easton-made 48C isn't just a splitter. It's a dependable powerhouse that transforms tough manual labor into a fully mechanized, efficient operation. The Cord King CS 27 to 40 log splitter operates within a professional wood processing environment, with the operator seated securely inside the cabin, comfortably monitoring and adjusting controls with precise levers. Each saw cut on the logs is executed decisively and accurately, the blade swiftly slicing through the timber. Immediately after, the splitter's powerful force presses on the logs, splitting them into multiple uniform firewood pieces. The small wood pieces are then fed onto a conveyor system, gently but continuously moving straight to a rotating drum at the end of the conveyor. This rotating drum removes any small wood debris, ensuring the final product is clean and uniform before being loaded onto trucks or storage areas. The entire process flows smoothly and rhythmically, showcasing the machine's power and precision, while maintaining high efficiency and operator safety. The Snellhout Clover roars to life with the warm sound of its gasoline engine, like a beating heart awakening raw power inside. The operator stands nearby, gently lifting the hydraulic lever, then pushing the rough log firmly toward the sharp splitting blade. This simple yet durable mechanism harnesses every ounce of force, driving the wood decisively and securely into steel. No complex conveyors or elaborate supports, just man, machine, and precise coordination. The log is pressed hard against the splitter blade, cracking and splitting in a clean break, accompanied by the faint whistle of sharp steel. The splitter runs smoothly and steadily, proving the power of a simple, robust design. In the quiet countryside of Prisaboro, where the wind rustles through the treetops and life moves at a measured pace, a new sound rises, deep, steady, unmistakable. It is the sound of machinery, of labor in motion, a hydraulic wood splitter at work. The machine stands firm, forged from heavy-duty steel, its wedge sharp as a blade forged in battle. But rather than roaring with brute force, it operates with a patience and precision that speaks volumes. Each rough log, marked by sap and time, is carefully placed onto the platform. A slow, deliberate push begins, as if there's no need to rush. And then, with a satisfying crack under immense hydraulic pressure, the wood splits cleanly and evenly, transformed from raw timber into usable fuel in mere seconds. The machine continues its rhythm, relentless, accurate, one push after another, one clean split at a time. Each piece of firewood drops into the tray below, uniform and ready, destined to warm homes when winter bites. No team of workers is needed, no deafening roar from engines. Just a single operator, a faithful machine, and hours of consistent, efficient output. This is a perfect example of the philosophy, less, but better, where humans and machines work in harmony to harness nature with intelligence and economy. The hydraulic wood splitter from Prisaboro is not just a tool. It's a symbol of resilience, mechanical brilliance, and the power of simplicity, the Polish way, where small machines bring forth big results. Simple, yet powerful. Compact, yet surprisingly effective. The gas-powered wood chipper comes to life in the open air, its engine roaring alongside the crisp crackle of splintering wood. No electricity needed. No tangled cords. Just fill the fuel tank, hold the starter, and the machine is ready for action. Dry branches, bulky wood scraps, tangled garden debris, all are fed into the hopper. Inside, high-speed rotating blades engage instantly. The wood is grabbed, shredded, and ejected through the discharge chute, a steady stream of sharp wood chips, flowing like a sawdust waterfall. In just minutes, a messy pile of branches is gone, replaced by a neat mound of mulch, ready to be used for compost, biofuel, or garden ground cover. Simple, portable, reliable. It's the ideal solution for farmers, gardeners, or anyone needing on-site wood processing. No power source required, no need for external help. One small machine, saving hours of manual labor. The gas-powered wood chipper, mobile strength for everyday wood management. On a bed of soft green grass, a solid oak log lies still, almost daring to resist. But within seconds, steel and torque respond with uncompromising force. The conical splitter, solid, spiraled, descends slowly. Mounted on a hydraulic arm, it begins to spin, boring deep into the log like a massive steel screw. A sharp whirring sound. Cracks ripple across the bark. Then crack. The log splits cleanly in two, right on the soft grass below. No sawdust. No deafening noise. Just silence, broken by raw mechanical power. This is how nature yields, quietly, but decisively. The two-tier wood splitter stands silently at the edge of the log yard, rugged, raw, and undeniably powerful. There's no advanced automation here, no modern operator cab, just pure mechanical force, ready to break down any log that comes its way. A man steps forward, carrying a heavy log in both hands. He places it onto the steel push bed, then steps back and grips the manual control lever. With one decisive pull, a hydraulic ram, like a steel fist, shoots forward, slamming the log directly into the waiting splitting blade. In an instant, the log is torn apart, split cleanly into multiple pieces. The cracking of wood rings out sharply, while the fragments fall neatly within the machine's steel frame. No need for high-speed motors, just a single, forceful stroke. Brutal, precise, and effective. This two-level splitter, though simple in design, stands as a testament to raw mechanical strength where man and metal work in perfect sync, turning solid timber into firewood with sheer force. Lasco LA Split D1-10, a steel arm and a conical wedge made to tear giants apart. Mounted on a heavy-duty hydraulic arm, the Lasco LA Split D1-10 cone splitter spins with brutal power. The hardened steel cone, thick, sharp, and relentless, slowly presses down into a log up to 60 centimeters in diameter. These are massive trunks, the kind that demand respect. No conveyor, no base, just steel and torque. The arm lowers precisely, the cone bites into the log and starts to spiral inward. You hear the crack, fibers ripping apart, as if the wood is being split from the inside out. In moments, the log fractures, halved, then quartered, cleanly and completely. The Lasco D1-10 doesn't rush. It doesn't hesitate. It simply rips through giant logs like it was made for titans. The DR Rapid Fire K34 Pro XL is compact yet powerful. It harnesses the decisive kinetic force to split wood quickly and efficiently. Logs are securely placed on the platform, and the operator firmly lowers the lever, like a steel punch, propelling the log with immense force toward the razor-sharp, splitting blade waiting patiently to tear through the wood with perfect precision. Every motion is swift and powerful, the machine acting like a relentless warrior, breaking down tough logs into neatly sized, precise firewood pieces. Splitting wood in the snow, Easton-made and old processors. In the quiet stillness of a snowy field, the Easton-made firewood processor hums gently. There's no shouting, no struggle, just the rhythmic sound of hydraulics and the satisfying crack of wood breaking in the crisp winter air. A man, bundled in thick layers, walks calmly to the loading platform. A hydraulic lift raises a heavy log, letting it roll into position with little effort. With a flick of the control lever, the circular saw slices cleanly through the log, smooth and sharp. The hydraulic ram slides forward, pushing the fresh cut into the splitting wedge. In a single motion, the steel blade drops and divides the wood into perfect segments, almost like clockwork. No heavy lifting, no wasted energy. The machine works like a seasoned woodsman, turning a once tough chore into an effortless dance of steel and timber. Split firewood glides down the conveyor, stacking neatly in the snow, precision wrapped in frost. At a large timber yard, dozens of round logs lie neatly in rows, silently awaiting their turn. Amidst the dust and sawdust-filled air, a red log splitter stands out, a glowing block of machinery ready for work. One log is lifted onto the machine's table and slowly pushed toward the circular saw. A man manually lowers the blade, his movements firm and steady. With a decisive pull, the blade slices through the log, which is then pushed onward into the splitting wedge. In moments, the large timber is transformed into clean, uniform billets, each piece fitting perfectly, as if molded by precision itself. Amidst the busy woodyard, the spalt fix K, 440 multi roars to life under the steady hand of a man. He expertly maneuvers the control lever, pushing rough logs into the sharp, splitting blade. The logs split evenly, each piece dropping onto a sorting platform, where every chunk is carefully inspected and arranged. From here, smaller pieces move onto a long conveyor, steadily building a neat, growing pile of firewood. Nearby, the log fix posh works in harmony, like a perfect duo, supporting the process continuously to make wood processing faster and more efficient. The sound of engines blends with the falling wood, composing a symphony of power and precision. Powered by the relentless force of the Binder-Berger Gigant 30Z and IHC 433, the man at the head of the machine carefully feeds each log into place. He presses the activation button, and instantly the machine pushes forcefully, tearing the large logs into multiple smaller pieces. Another worker swiftly gathers the freshly split wood, clearing the space for the next log. This cycle repeats tirelessly, a seamless rhythm of human and machine working in harmony. At a timber collection yard, where round logs are stacked high, a solid blue log splitter comes to life, radiating strength and purpose. Its engine growls as the sharp circular saw descends, slicing each log into precise, evenly cut sections. Then, a sturdy pusher drives the cutwood forward into a waiting hexagonal wedge. In a flash, the timber splits into multiple clean billets, as if fractured by the hands of his man.